Hey guys, welcome. We're ready to do a show again from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. here Pacific time. They're going to put the clocks ahead again Sunday. Do you know that?
I did not know that. I'm looking forward to it. Spring forward.
Spring forward, fall back. It's going to be. It's already kind of nice. It's a great time of year here in the Rose City, I guess.
The Pacific Northwest.
The Pacific Northwest. What are we? We're not the Rose State, are we, or something? I don't know.
No, this is the Rose City.
It's a Rose City, not the Rose State.
What kind of state are we in Oregon? Is
It
it like
state that has a very ugly governor?
come on? Is it like the Beaver State or
Yeah, very ugly beaver.
it's the Beaver State, right?
All right, let's talk about the show tonight. The show is called World War Zero. Year zero, of course, meaning that changing regimes, changing governments, resetting things. But what's interesting is that the letter Z is being used on a lot of Russian artillery, and everybody's freaking out about it. They're saying it may be the next swastika, because the truth is that there's no Z in Cyrillic. It's the alphabet that the Russians use. There is something that represents the Z sound, but it looks like a 3. It's called the hooked Z, but there is no Z. And so there's a lot of occult meaning behind that symbol. And a lot of it has to do with the ancient gods like Zeus and Jupiter and Poseidon, because, of course, the trident is what the Ukrainians use, and that's to Poseidon and Neptune. But there's also, the Pluto return, and there's the Ides of March coming. And so now they're paying attention to this letter Z. But what they're not saying, though, is that the yellow and blue also has some significance as well. In fact, we saw it at the Super Bowl when the Rams won the Super Bowl. And if you look back, what Snoop Dogg was wearing, he was wearing yellow and blue as well. And it was because, he was for the Rams. But certainly we saw the yellow and blue victorious at the Super Bowl, which was interesting. And we had the ram horns as opposed to the beast, which was the tiger or the Bengal. A lot of symbolism that we certainly are seeing with this Z, and we're going to talk about that. We're talking about year zero, World War Zero, the idea that there's a strange war brewing that's a war, psychological warfare, and the idea of psychological operations that captures the emotion of the cause. So you're going to find out why things are the way they are, kind of an alchemical type of initiation process, which ends literally, if you're looking at alchemical spells, it ends with a trial by fire. Let's hope that it doesn't get there, but it might. So tonight, it's called World War Zero. We're going to have a special guest. What's his name again?
His name is Sean Patrick Hazlitt, former Army
officer
and speculative science fiction.
He's got a new speculative science fiction called World War IV. And it's going to talk about the war after Armageddon, which is going to be interesting to talk about that as well. But he has some ideas about the Z and the occult signatures of the Z. And so we're going to talk about that. So we're looking forward to Zing you on Ground Zero. By the way, thank you so much for supporting this program. You do so by buying merchandise, of course, groundzeromerch.com. People are also preparing, which is great. Go to preparewithgroundzero.com. You need to, because it's going to get really bad, guys. It's best to have food in your house no matter what. And we were looking at our budgets today, Janine and I, and we were thinking, what are we going to do? How are we going to shop? What are we going to buy these days? But we have some other stuff, staples in the background, so we don't have to do much shopping. In fact, I haven't gone shopping in, a month. So it's because we just don't need to, because we have food in the house. We use some of the food that we get from preparewithgroundzero.com and other places where we get food. So we've got food, and we're eating that food. Plus, I'm dieting, which is good, and I'm losing weight in the process. So, there are a lot of things that, I'm preparing, just like you, for a future, because we don't know what the future is going to hold. And I certainly feel as though that it's better to be prepared than not. So go to preparewithgroundzero.com right now. Remind yourself, I got to get prepared. I got to get stuff for my family. Do that, and I think you'll be fine. In the meantime, sign up for Ground Zero, which is at aftermath.media. You get all the cool stuff, the whistles, the bells, the beer. You just get great stuff by going to aftermath.media. It's a $10 subscription a month, $79 a year. Supports the show. It keeps it lit, keeps it happening, and we thank you. Thank you, listeners, for all the support you give us, because we're getting a lot of great great stuff going on. We just signed a new deal with a new distributor. We're going to be in radio stations near you. This is not a commercial deal, it's a distribution deal because we're still independent. We're still answering to ourselves, and that's a good thing. So stay tuned for a lot of great news from Ground Zero, and we'll see you soon.